The alarm rings, but you don't want to wake up. You feel the weight of the world pressing against you, the comfort of your bed holding you hostage. You wonder, what's the point? What difference will one more day really make? But right then, in that split second, something deep within you stirs. A voice whispers, today can be different. You can make it count. You have a choice to make. That moment, the moment you first open your eyes, will define your entire day. It will determine your future. The actions, the thoughts, and the decisions you make in that moment before your feet even hit the floor are what will shape your life. Most people will let the morning slip by. They will hit the snooze button, delay their rise, and allow themselves to be dragged through the day with no intention, no purpose. But you are different. You've read the books, you've listened to the speeches, you know that success is not an accident. It's not a random stroke of luck. It's the result of deliberate choices made day in and day out, with the same intensity and focus that you bring to everything you do. And those choices, they begin when you wake up. Let me be clear about one thing. The morning is not just the start of your day. It is the foundation of everything that follows. Every choice you make in the morning will either elevate you or hold you back. You win the morning, you win the day. Win the day, and you win your life. But it's not just about getting up early. It's about getting up with intention, with clarity, with purpose. It's about seizing the day before the day has a chance to seize you. You've probably heard the phrase, the early bird catches the worm. But that's not enough. The early bird doesn't just catch the worm. The early bird owns the sky. The early bird doesn't wait for opportunity to knock. It creates its own opportunities. It rises with the sun and takes the world by storm. But that doesn't just happen by chance. It happens by design. Think about the people you admire. Think about the names you've heard repeated time and time again in the history books. The people who changed the course of humanity, who reshaped industries, who created legacies that have lasted for generations. Do you think they stumbled out of bed groggy, unsure, hesitant? No. They woke up with fire. They woke up with clarity. They woke up with one mission: to make the most of the day ahead. They understood something that most people never will. How you begin your day is how you shape your life. The morning is where you forge your mindset. It is where you prepare your mental, emotional, and physical strength. How you wake up will determine how you approach every challenge, every obstacle, every victory that lies ahead. It doesn't matter if your morning is filled with chaos, confusion, or failure. The fact is, you have the power to decide how you will respond. How you begin the morning will set the tone for how you approach every single moment of the day. So I ask you, are you ready to make a choice today? Will you let the morning dictate your mood, or will you take charge of it? Will you succumb to the temptations of comfort, or will you rise with purpose and make the day yours? The first decision you make in the morning is critical. It's the decision to either let the world shape you or to take the world by the reins and shape it yourself. It's a decision that's bigger than just getting out of bed. It's a decision about who you want to become. It's a decision about whether you want to live passively or actively, whether you want to drift along in life or steer the ship with purpose and power. In that first moment of the morning, before you even open your eyes, you have the power to take control. Before the world can bombard you with distractions, before the phone calls, emails, and messages start flooding in, you have the power to center yourself. You can choose the attitude you'll carry throughout the day. You can choose how you will face the obstacles ahead. And that choice, that simple decision, will set the stage for everything that follows. You see, it's not just about waking up early. It's about waking up with intention. It's about waking up and deciding that today you will live with purpose. Today you will take action. Today you will fight for what you want. The morning is where you set your mind, your heart, and your energy on the path to success. Ready. It is where you prepare yourself for the challenges that will come your way. It's where you set the tone for everything that happens after. The secret to winning the morning is not about rushing through it, ticking off tasks and checking off boxes. The secret to winning the morning is to rise with focus, to rise with clarity, and to rise with power. It's about taking deliberate action in the first moments of the day to ensure that everything that follows is aligned with your goals, your vision, and your purpose. But the real power of the morning lies in what you do once you're up. Once you've conquered the snooze button, once you've shaken off the sleep and stepped into your day, the real work begins. It's not enough to just wake up. It's what you do next that matters most. Daddy. It's what you do when you step into the world. That's how you take control of the day before the day has a chance to take control of you. This is where mindset becomes crucial. If you want to win the morning, you must start with your mind. That's your thoughts create your reality. The way you think, the beliefs you hold, the stories you tell yourself, they all shape the outcome of your day. If you wake up with a mindset of power, of belief, of certainty, you will carry that energy with you throughout the day. Ready. You will approach every challenge with confidence, every opportunity with clarity, every setback with resilience. But if you wake up with doubt, with fear, with hesitation, that too will shape your day. The choice is yours. Ready. Will you wake up with the mindset of a champion or the mindset of a victim? Will you approach the day with belief in your ability to overcome any obstacle, or will you let the obstacles define you? If you want to win the morning, you must first win your mind. Ready. And winning your mind starts with belief. Belief in yourself, belief in your abilities, belief in your vision for your life. You cannot expect to accomplish great things if you do not first believe that you are capable of them. Your belief will propel you forward when the road gets tough. Your belief will give you the courage to take action when fear tells you to hold back. But belief alone is not enough. Belief must be coupled with clarity. Clarity of purpose, clarity of vision, clarity of action. But the most successful people are not the ones who have the most talent, but the ones who have the clearest vision of what they want and the clearest plan to get there. Your vision is the compass that guides your every move. Without a clear vision, you are like a ship lost at sea, tossed around by every wave, directionless, aimless. But with a clear vision, you become unstoppable. You know where you're going, and you know how to get there. The morning is the time to remind yourself of that vision. It's the time to set your sights on what you want and take the first steps toward it. It's the time to get crystal clear on what you're working for, why you're working for it, and how you will make it happen. Study. Now, once you've established your mindset, belief, and vision, you need the fire of discipline to bring it all to life. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It's the glue that holds everything together. It's what keeps you moving forward when you want to give up. And it starts in the morning. Discipline is about doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. It's about making the hard choices, the uncomfortable choices, because you know they will pay off in the end. Study. Discipline is about consistency. It's about showing up day after day, ready to do the work. Discipline in the morning sets the tone for the rest of the day. If you can show up for yourself in the morning, if you can push through the resistance, if you can choose action over comfort, then you've already won the day. The morning is where you establish your habits. It's where you cultivate the rituals that will define your life. What you do in those first moments, those first precious hours, will become the foundation for everything that follows. So, choose wisely, choose discipline, choose focus, choose action, and most importantly, choose gratitude. Gratitude is the energy that fuels the journey. It's the attitude that propels you forward, even in the face of adversity. Gratitude is what keeps you grounded. It reminds you of why you're doing this in the first place. It connects you to your purpose. Gratitude gives you the strength to keep going when the road gets tough. And it starts with the morning. When you wake up, take a moment to reflect on what you're grateful for. Not just the big things, but the small things too. Be grateful for your health, your strength, your ability to learn, grow, and improve. Be grateful for the opportunity to make today count. When you begin the day with gratitude, you set the tone for everything that follows. You align yourself with abundance, with possibility, and with the mindset of a champion. You've already taken the first step. You've risen with intention. Buddy. Now let's dive deeper into what you're truly capable of. The world is full of distractions, obstacles, and forces that seem designed to throw you off course. But here's the truth. The world doesn't control you. The circumstances don't control you. What controls you, what shapes your destiny, is the power of your thoughts, actions, and decisions. As you stand up ready to step into the day, understand this. There are only two forces in this world that can create your future. They are your thoughts and your actions. It all begins in your mind. The ideas, the visions, the goals, they must be locked into your consciousness. with clarity and power. It's not enough to have vague dreams. It's not enough to wish for success or wait for a miracle to appear. You need crystal clear, laser-focused clarity, and that clarity is built moment by moment, decision by decision, starting with how you think in the morning. The mind is the battleground where victories are won before they even reach the external world. What you feed your mind first thing in the morning determines how you face the day. If you feed it with negativity, uncertainty, and self-doubt, you start the day already defeated. But if you fill your mind with positive, empowering thoughts, with the belief that you are capable of achieving your dreams, then the world becomes your playing field. How do you establish that power in your mind? How do you take control of your thoughts when they threaten to drift toward weakness or fear? You master your mindset through repetition. Every day you reinforce your beliefs. Every morning you remind yourself of your purpose. Every thought must be in alignment with your vision. This is not a passive process, it's an active one. It's about conditioning yourself to think in the way of champions, of high performers. When you rise in the morning, think about the challenges ahead not as obstacles, but as opportunities to demonstrate your strength. See every challenge as a chance to grow, to sharpen your skills, to show the world just how committed you are to your success. Your thoughts shape your reality, and those thoughts must be molded with precision, with purpose. And as you begin to master your thoughts, you must also master your actions. Belief alone will not carry you to victory. You need the courage to act, to take risks, to fail, to learn, and to continue. The world is filled with dreamers, but only those who take consistent, deliberate action will make their dreams a reality. Action is what bridges the gap between where you are and where you want to be. The problem is too many people wait. They wait for the perfect moment. They wait for the right conditions. But there is no such thing as perfect timing. There is only now. The moment you take action, no matter how small, is the moment you start creating your future. The key is consistency. Consistency is the secret weapon of the successful. It's the power of showing up every day, no matter what, whether you feel like it or not, whether the circumstances are in your favor or not. Consistency is what builds momentum, and momentum is what will carry you through the rough times, the doubts, the challenges. Think about the great achievers in history. They didn't just rely on talent, luck, or even vision. They relied on action, on putting in the work, day after day, relentlessly. They showed up when everyone else stayed in bed. They acted when everyone else hesitated. They persisted when others gave up. It's not about doing everything at once. It's about doing the right things, every day without fail. Action, when combined with discipline and focus, will carry you to the heights of success. You do not need to take massive leaps every single day. Small steps, when taken consistently, lead to extraordinary results. The key is to never stop moving forward. Never stop acting on your goals. But there will be days when it feels impossible, when your body aches, when the mental exhaustion starts to creep in, when you question whether it's all worth it. In those moments, the power of resilience becomes your lifeline. Resilience is not about never facing difficulties. It's about facing them, feeling them, and then choosing to rise above them. Resilience is about maintaining your inner strength when everything around you seems to be falling apart. It's about pressing on when you feel like you've reached your limit. It's about continuing to show up, even when the universe seems to be throwing every obstacle in your way. Resilience is what separates the successful from the rest. It's not about avoiding hardship. It's about knowing that hardship is part of the journey, a necessary part of it. When you face challenges, and when you inevitably encounter setbacks, remember this: your response is what matters most. Your ability to bounce back, to adjust, to adapt, that is the true test of your character. And the more you train yourself to respond with resilience, the more you build your capacity for success. Resilience isn't something you're born with. It's something you cultivate, and it begins with how you approach your challenges every single day. In the early hours, you must embrace this mindset. See failure, not as the end, but as a lesson. See mistakes not as reflections of your incompetence, but as opportunities to improve, to sharpen, to grow. Success does not come from avoiding mistakes. It comes from learning from them and using them to propel yourself forward. But even in the midst of resilience, you must also practice flexibility. The world around you is ever-changing. Conditions are fluid. Opportunities shift. The road to success is not a straight line. It's a series of twists, turns, and unexpected detours. Flexibility is the key to navigating this uncertain terrain. It's about being able to adjust your plans without losing sight of your vision. Sometimes you must pivot. Sometimes you must shift your focus. But the goal remains the same. Progress toward your vision. Progress toward your goals. Adaptability allows you to move fluidly with the changing tides of life without ever losing sight of where you're headed. There will be times when your plans don't work out, when things fall through, when the path you thought you were on no longer exists. But the person who thrives in those moments is the one who is adaptable, who can adjust and realign without feeling defeated. Think about nature. The river doesn't fight against the rocks. It flows around them. The wind doesn't struggle with the trees. It finds a way to move through them. The successful person does the same. They do not waste energy fighting against the circumstances. They move with the flow, adjust, and keep moving forward. But there is another vital quality you must cultivate if you wish to truly win, and that is learning. Learning is the fuel that powers progress. Knowledge is not just a passive commodity. It is a vital force that propels you toward your goals. The more you learn, the more you grow, and the more you grow, the greater your capacity to succeed. In the morning before you dive into the rush of the day, take time to learn something new. It doesn't have to be a formal lesson. It could be reading a chapter from a book, listening to a podcast, or simply reflecting on a past experience. Every day, feed your mind with new ideas, new strategies, new insights. Learning keeps you sharp. It keeps you ahead of the curve. And the most successful people never stop learning. They know that growth is a continual process. There is always something more to learn. Always a new idea to explore. Always a way to improve. In the morning, take control of this process. Dedicate yourself to learning something new every day. It doesn't have to be a massive commitment. It could be just 10 minutes of focused learning each day. But over time, those 10 minutes will compound into something extraordinary. And as you learn, you will continue to develop the most powerful asset you have, your mind. And with that asset, nothing can stop you. You've set the foundation. Now it's time to fortify your resolve. Every day, you must step into the world with a renewed purpose. There's a force that drives those who succeed, and it's an unwavering commitment to their purpose. It's not enough to simply have goals. You need a deep inner conviction that your purpose is worth pursuing. That purpose must burn inside you like an unquenchable fire. It should wake you up every morning, charge you with energy, and propel you forward with the force of 1,000 storms. When you stand up in the morning, it's not just another day, it's an opportunity to further align yourself with the purpose that gives your life meaning. This purpose is not some vague aspiration, a fleeting desire that comes and goes with the tides of emotion. Your purpose is the force that anchors you when the storms rage. It's your anchor when doubts try to pull you into the abyss. It's your guiding light when the path forward seems unclear. Purpose isn't found by wandering aimlessly. It's discovered by seeking deeply, by reflecting on what matters most. It's discovered in the quiet moments, when you step away from the noise and listen to your soul. And once you find it, you must nurture it, feed it, protect it. Your purpose is your shield, and it's the driving force behind every action you take. If your actions are not aligned with your purpose, they will be meaningless. But when your actions are driven by purpose, every movement you make brings you closer to your destiny. And when you find that purpose, commit to it fully. Don't let the opinions of others, the setbacks, or the naysayers dictate your course. The world is filled with distractions, with people who want to pull you away from your true calling. But only you can determine your path. The power to live your purpose is yours, and it's within your grasp, ready to be claimed. As you chase your purpose, you must also embrace discipline. Discipline is the bedrock upon which your success will stand. Without it, you are like a ship adrift at sea, with no clear destination and no direction. It's the commitment to show up every single day, even when the motivation wanes, even when the initial excitement fades. It's doing what you need to do, not because it's easy, but because it's necessary. Discipline is the difference between success and failure. It's the ability to push through when your mind tells you to quit, when your body screams for rest, when the world throws every distraction your way. Discipline is what keeps you moving when everything around you is trying to pull you off course. In the morning, when you step out of bed, you must choose discipline over complacency. You must choose action over hesitation. Every day, discipline compels you to take the necessary steps to move closer to your dreams. It's the decision to act, regardless of how you feel in that moment. The beauty of discipline is that it compounds. The more disciplined you are, the easier it becomes to stay disciplined. It creates a momentum that keeps you pushing forward, even when you don't feel like it. But even with discipline, there are times when the journey will feel overwhelming. You'll face obstacles that seem insurmountable. The weight of your dreams will begin to feel heavy, and the temptation to give up will whisper in your ear. But in those moments, you must draw upon your resilience. Resilience is not simply the ability to bounce back. It's the ability to grow stronger from adversity. It's the capacity to look failure in the eye and say, "You don't define me, I define myself." Resilience is what allows you to keep moving when it seems easier to quit. It's the strength to rise after you've been knocked down, to face the storm and keep walking toward your goal, even when the path is unclear. Resilience isn't built in the calm, it's built in the storm. But the journey isn't just about pushing through, it's about learning to adapt. The world is constantly changing, and the road to success is rarely straight. There will be moments when the original plan no longer works. There will be times when you must adjust, pivot, and reframe your approach. This is where adaptability becomes key. Adaptability isn't about abandoning your vision. It's about finding new ways to pursue it. It's about recognizing that success is rarely achieved by sticking rigidly to one path. Sometimes the path needs to change. Sometimes you need to step aside and take a different route. It's in those moments that the true power of adaptability shines. The most successful people aren't those who have never faced challenges. They're the ones who can shift, who can alter their approach without abandoning their goals. It's the ability to stay focused on the outcome while being flexible with the process. And to truly reach your potential, you must constantly seek knowledge. The person who stops learning becomes stagnant. They stop growing. In the modern world, success isn't just about hard work. It's about staying ahead of the curve, understanding the trends, and constantly acquiring new skills. Every morning before the world demands your attention, take time to invest in your growth. Whether it's reading, listening to a podcast, taking a course, or simply reflecting on your experiences, make it a point to feed your mind. The more you know, the more equipped you are to face whatever comes your way. Knowledge gives you the power to make better decisions, to solve problems faster, and to adapt with confidence. And the more you commit to learning, the more your capacity to achieve your goals expands. The world is changing rapidly, and those who don't continue to learn will be left behind. But when you make learning a habit, when you make it part of your morning routine, you're not just gaining information, you're gaining the tools to create the life you want. But knowledge alone isn't enough. It's your ability to take action on that knowledge that makes all the difference. Information without implementation is useless. It's in the doing, the applying, the testing that true success is born. When you learn something new, use it, apply it, test it, fail with it, learn from that failure and try again. Every morning is a new opportunity to take what you've learned and put it into practice. It's a chance to implement the insights, the strategies, and the wisdom you've gained. The more you apply what you know, the more your life will change. The key to success is not waiting for the perfect moment to take action. The key is to act now, with what you have, where you are. Start with small steps. Take one action today that will move you closer to your goal. It could be something simple, like making a phone call, writing a page, or taking a walk toward your dream. The key is not to wait. The key is to begin. Action breeds momentum. Momentum is what propels you toward your success. And every time you take action, no matter how small, you build that momentum, pushing yourself closer to your ultimate goal. It's not about grand sweeping moves. It's about steady, consistent action. And the more you take, the more powerful you become. But as you build momentum, don't forget the most crucial element in the journey: gratitude. It's easy to get caught up in the pursuit of more success, more money, more recognition, but success is not just about what you achieve. It's about how you appreciate what you have, how you value the process, and how you honor the journey. Gratitude is the foundation of true wealth. It shifts your mindset from scarcity to abundance. It's a reminder that you have everything you need right now to succeed. Gratitude keeps you grounded in the present, reminding you to savor the small victories, to appreciate the lessons learned, and to honor the steps you've already taken. Gratitude fuels your passion and keeps your heart open to new opportunities. It allows you to celebrate every step, no matter how small, and to see every challenge as a lesson in disguise. When you approach each day with gratitude, you open yourself to the abundance that the world has to offer. You welcome success, not with greed, but with appreciation. When you make gratitude a daily habit, when you wake up every morning and thank the universe for the gift of a new day, you begin to unlock the true potential of your life. And as you continue to move forward, driven by purpose, discipline, and resilience, you will see the world open up to you in ways you never imagined possible. Now that you've built the foundations, set your purpose, and committed to discipline, there is one key factor left: your belief. Your belief is the fuel that keeps the fire of your purpose burning even when the world seems indifferent. It is the essence of your self-assurance, the understanding that everything you dream of is possible, and that the path to success is already within your reach. Belief is not something you acquire overnight. It's something you cultivate within yourself. It is not about blind optimism or delusion, but about a deep inner knowing that no matter how difficult the journey, you are capable. When you believe in yourself, the world cannot deter you. The doubts will come, the fears will knock, but belief will give you the courage to move forward anyway. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't often lies in the strength of their belief. It's the difference between seeing obstacles as insurmountable walls and seeing them as mere stepping stones. When you believe in yourself, setbacks become lessons, and every failure a stepping stone towards mastery. But belief is not just about looking inward. It's about seeing possibility everywhere. It's about embracing the uncertainty of life with confidence, knowing that you are prepared to handle whatever comes your way. Belief gives you the courage to take risks, to venture into the unknown, and to act boldly when others hesitate. And when you believe in the possibilities of your life, you are not simply acting for the sake of achieving goals. You are creating a life that reflects your true potential. Your belief is a reflection of your understanding that you are worthy of success, that you deserve the best the world has to offer, and that nothing can stop you but your own will. However, belief alone cannot carry you through every storm. No matter how strong your belief, there will come moments when doubt and uncertainty try to break your resolve. In these moments, you must remind yourself of the reasons you began, of the dreams that burn brightly within you. Your vision is your map, your belief is the fuel, and your actions are the steps toward reaching it. Vision is what allows you to transcend the mundane and rise above the noise. It is your ability to look beyond the present moment and see the future. Your vision must be crystal clear and compelling. It must be something that excites you, that ignites a spark within your soul. It is the thing that wakes you up in the morning, the thing that gives meaning to the challenges you face. Without vision, you are like a ship adrift on the ocean, with no clear direction and no destination. Vision guides you through the stormy seas, keeping your focus sharp and your resolve unshaken. Vision is the ability to see your ideal life as a reality, even when it is far from your current circumstances. It's the force that pulls you through the toughest moments, and it is what separates those who stay in mediocrity from those who rise to greatness. But vision alone is not enough. Vision without action is a dream deferred. To turn your vision into reality, you must take deliberate steps toward it, no matter how small those steps may seem at first. Every day you must take action. Every day you must push forward with purpose. Action creates momentum, and momentum is the force that propels you forward, even when obstacles try to stop you. But remember, action is not just about doing anything. It's about doing the right things, consistently over time. It's about making progress, no matter how small, in the direction of your vision. Action must be deliberate and focused. Don't be distracted by the noise around you. Focus on the task at hand. Even when the world is full of distractions, when others are chasing fleeting trends, stay true to your course. The path you walk may not always be the easiest, but it will always be the most rewarding. As you move forward, you must also learn to embrace the process of growth. Growth doesn't happen overnight. It's the result of consistent intentional effort. Growth is about shedding the old parts of yourself that no longer serve you, while building the new parts that align with your vision. It is the continuous process of becoming the person you need to be in order to achieve your goals. Every step forward is a step toward greater growth. The obstacles you face, the failures you encounter, are not signs of defeat. They are opportunities for growth. Every challenge is an opportunity to strengthen your resilience, sharpen your skills, and refine your purpose. The process of growth is not easy, but it is essential for success. And in that growth you will encounter resistance. Resistance will try to slow you down, to pull you back into the comfort of the familiar. But when you push through resistance, when you embrace the discomfort of growth, you unlock your true potential. The greatest accomplishments are not achieved by avoiding struggle, but by confronting it head-on, and emerging stronger on the other side. Now, as you face the daily grind, remember that success is not an isolated event. It is the culmination of many moments, many decisions, and many actions. Each moment is an opportunity to take another step forward, and each step forward is a victory in its own right. Success is not defined by the grand gestures, but by the small, consistent actions you take every single day. Consistency is the key to achieving anything in life. Consistency builds habits, and habits create results. The person who is consistently working toward their vision, who is consistently taking action, is the one who will see the results. It's easy to get excited about a new idea, a new goal, but it's the ones who stay consistent, who keep showing up even when the enthusiasm fades, that will see success in the long run. Remember, consistency is not perfection. It's the willingness to keep going, even when things aren't perfect. It's about showing up every day, doing your best, and trusting that over time, your efforts will pay off. And as you move through your journey, remember that you are not alone. The universe is constantly conspiring in your favor. Every step you take toward your vision creates ripples in the world around you, attracting people, opportunities, and resources that will help you along the way. Your path may not always be clear, but trust that every step you take brings you closer to the life you're meant to lead. No matter how far you've come, no matter how many obstacles you've overcome, there will always be another level. There will always be more to achieve, more to become. But know that with each victory, no matter how small, you are forging the life you desire, and that in itself is the greatest reward. When you win the morning, you win the day. When you win the day, you win the life you've always dreamed of. The power is in your hands. Every single moment is an opportunity to take control, to shape your future, and to rise to the greatness you were always destined for. Now, go forward with unwavering belief in yourself, your vision, and your purpose. Embrace the challenges, the growth, and the process. Take action, stay consistent, and remember that every step you take is a victory. The world is yours for the taking. This is your time.